Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Combat 2 by Compass Games, designed by Ross Martell. We are in turn number 4 of my ambush on October 11th, 1944, in the Siegfried Line. Crew is doing good so far, but that could change because we did not really hurt the tank very well. And we now have an unloaded bazooka. Good thing about the unloaded bazooka is I can move fast, and I only have one shot left. So not liking where I'm at with these guys. We're definitely going to pull them out of there. This smoke's going to help things. And I'm going to have to pull a lot of guys back out, I think, fall off to our secondary line of defense so that tank doesn't take us out. We'll just have to try to get another shot at it. We did hurt the Germans bad, so I think this is going to be more of a movement, which unfortunately is going to take my last card and make that +1 probably worthless. Undo that because I think I forgot to discard my cards. Yes, I did. There we go. Now we can send that to our initiative box. Okay. Starting off the top here. That smoke is really going to screw everybody up where we're at. So I'm going to put a lot of things on. Let's get an evade on him. Try and move positions. We want to keep moving things around anyway because of our rolling ambush here. So I'm going to try and maybe put him over there. I'm going to take Evans. See what he can see around the smoke. No, that he'll be worthless if I keep him there. So I'm going to go ahead and evade him too. Move him over to there. We can keep Morris where he's at. I'm going to go put fire orders on him, aim fire on him. Oops, I'm doing it again. I am playing games. Evade on both of them and get them the hell out of there and back over here, maybe down around here somewhere. Just not playing games. Any of these guys. We survived that first push, but now they're aware. I'm going to back all these guys off the secondary position, especially since we have now lit ourselves up pretty good. He's in the dark, and he's in a good position. He's got smoke there. I'm going to put him on aim fire. As much as I don't, I just think I think it's probably a good idea with him. Famous last words in this game. And clone these evade as we are going to have both of those guys evade as a team. And I think we're just going to kind of shoot them with the smoke. Maybe up along here, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe back to there. And that should cover everybody from the tank getting retribution on me, as I was unable to deal with the tank other than knocking two guys down in morale. I actually helped the crew by moving three of them up to bold, and we helped the officer up here by moving him up to bold. So, Germans starting at the top here with White. He is cautious and in the open. Going to evade 2-3. Things are going to sort themselves out real quick here. And that's going to be White's initiative. Next we have Yellow. He is bold and in the open. No, he's actually in smoke. That's cover. Rapid fire or G. He does not have grenades, so it's going to be a rapid fire on him. All right, that's Yellow. Blue. He is cautious in cover. Running gun 4-3. I think it's probably a good thing that I moved my guys. 4-3. Yep. That's it for blue. And red, down here we have a shaken in the open. Sprint 3-2. He can't. He can only sneak 3-2. All right, that's going to be Red's initiative. Everybody has initiative now. This guy here is shaken in the open. Sneak 1-2. Tank. Tank's initiative. 71. Commander's orders. He has a target. Not for long, but he has a target. And he is open. 71 is going to be direct fire. Oh, so what did I do cleanup for? I didn't lose anything. All right, he is going to direct fire. Good thing my guys are moving. We keep that for initiative purposes. We draw for the driver next 89. He is targeted and buttoned up. 89, but he is cautious. Going to remove 30, so it's going to be a 59. Crawl 5-6. All right, that's going to bring up get rid of that. Gunner, he is bold, so we're adding 20. It'll be 31. Fire main gun. Yep, good thing we're moving a lot of guys. That could be ugly. The discard. Loader. He's bold also. That's going to be 55. Target buttoned up is going to be load AP or HE. We're going to load HE. And then we're going to go to the co-driver, who is cautious. Minus 30 is going to be 25. Targeted, and he is buttoned up. Aimed fire. He does not have a target yet, but that could be nasty. Fortunately, he's got that -1 and the -3 for no loader. All right. Sold out auto. He is regular in the open. Sneak 5-6. All right. We have a route. And he will be 3-2. And all he can do, he can actually evade 3-2. But he's only got 2 light wounds. Evade 3-2. Yellow. This guy here is in the open. Normal, regular. Aimed fire or grenade. He can have guys in range, so he can roll for grenade. He's a 5. Rolls a 1. He's going to get a grenade order, which is fine with me because we're all moving anyway. All right, next up is the blue, the open. Sprint 6. No mud, and it's not heavy rain, so they can sprint. Hauptmann. Actually, we'll go there to Soldat Schaefer. He is in the open. Normal. Sneaking 5. Hauptmann Weiss is in the open. Normal. Aimed fire. Should not affect anybody. And then Koenig down here in the bottom. He is in cover. Normal. Aimed fire grenade. He can't see anybody, so he's just going to be on aimed fire. He got the hell out of there. Now he's just going to sit there and make it look good. Set up our tracker. Let's get the card down there first so we can see it, and then we'll drag this over top. Something like that, and set up the tracker. Our best is 50. So it's going to be white. Charlie, one eye. I have Bell's palsy, so my one eye keeps blurring up and tearing on me. So if I get kind of quiet all of a sudden, you know why. Able, no. We're all scattered all over the place. Yellow. Tank. Able, blue, red. All right. Keep doing that. That's what I get for using shortcuts. And we can get rid of that now. All right, we'll start the show with white. Evading 2-3. 2-3. It's down. Oh, he can't evade. It's going to be a sneak. Sneak 2-3. So he's not going to be doing anything this impulse. All right. This guy's evading 3-2. 3 is up. Out of the smoke. It gets one NCO out of the way. Aimed fire. Can't do anything with spot yet. This guy's aimed fire. Can't do anything with spot. So we go to Charlie. Charlie, we got an evasion thing going on here. He's going to go to there. He's going to go to there. We're not even going to risk them firing on us. He's going to evade to there. He's going to aim fire, so he can just fight right now. They're going to move as a team with him. So that's it for Abel. We go to Baker. Baker is evading up here, so we're going to put him right there. He is evading also. I want him back out of the way a little bit more, so we're going to maybe put him right here and then duck him back. I really want to get him away from the tank, though. I might move him back to here so that tank doesn't see him, doesn't want to take care of business with him. Yellow. Rapid fire. He can see him, which is his best target, so he's a 4. -2 is a 2. +1, I believe, for the range. Yep. There's up to a 3. Evading in the trees. -2 goes down to a 1. 5 misses. Next, yellow. Grenade. And a target marker, and he's gone for them. And this guy sneaking 5 can't do anything. Panzer. Starting out with a commander. He's directing fire. He has a target on the primary crew, so he is not going to change his target. The driver, 5-6. Crawl. Does he want to? Well, we can try to have him stop. He would need a 5-4, 5-6, 3. He will stop again. And we can rotate the tank though, so we're going to rotate that 1 like that. Driver is stopped. We rotated the tank. Goes to the gunner. Gunner has a fire main on, and he's not on the same page with the commander yet, so he will rotate the turret to the right, which puts it right there. He still cannot see that primary target. He does see this guy. I am going to put his target marker on him right now, but he can't fire because he already spotted. That's it for the tank. This, my friends, is why I've got everybody moving. No, that's not it for the tank. Loader can't do anything. Co-driver aimed fire. He can see up here. He can now place his target. He can see along this axis. So he can see this guy. Oh, the gunner's already got a target out. He would not have been able to see him. He would have had to have moved his target there. So he now be able to see up this way. He cannot see him. So we will be able to put his target marker right there, but he's not going to be able to fire. First off, it's not his sequence for it, and second off, it is he just spotted the guy, put his target marker out, so he's already done his action. All right. That's it for the tank. Able. Evading. Going to go right to there, block any attempt to fire on him. Aim fire, can't do anything this impulse. These guys are on evade, so we will move them to there, which leaves the target marker behind. Blue. Run and gun 4-3. Gonna go up to here. Down here we got a sprint 6. He thought he saw something. And red. Sneaking, can't do anything. Sneaking, can't do anything. Sneaking, can't do anything. That is it for red. That is it for impulse number 1. We go to a shooting impulse next, starting with white. Shooting and melee is possible. White up here is sneaking. Sneaking is also possible. He will sneak too, right down to here. This guy is evading 2. Down to there. Aimed fire. You can see these guys. Oh, I don't know though. We got long grass there. Get the spotting chart out here. Long grass. Sneak, hide, rally, reload. I'm going to give it to him because they're not. Even though he's in a depression, I think with that long grass, And them being in the depression, they would not be able to see him. But we're going to let it go anyway. I'm not going to stretch the rules too far. 4 minus 3 for the weather is a 1. Evading in the open is a 0. No, evading in a depression is a -2. So he needs a 0 and a 5. 5. He misses. All right. Down here, ain't fire. That I'm not going to give. He got a lot of long grass and they are evading. So I'm not going to give that shot to him. He cannot see him. As we go on to Charlie then. He's going to evade the air. He's evading the air. Oh, should have done things in order. He's evading the air. He's aimed fire. He can actually aim fire this time. This guy's running gun in 4-3, but he is in the behind that smoke. I don't want to deal with that, so I'm going to take the better shot because this guy's basically can be seen. Sneaking in the open is a -1. Sneaking in the open is a -1. At a range of 4 is a +1, I'd like to say. Nope, 0. So we got a 4, 3. We get a 6, misses. All right, evading. All right, that's it for them. Baker. He's going to evade right to here and duck back. This guy, we do not want to play around with them. Going to evade down to here. Keeps the gunner's target on him. That's it for Charlie. Or Baker, rather. Yeah, Baker. Yellow. Rapid fire. Oh, you might be able to see him through the trees. Yes, he can. But he is firing out of the smoke. I didn't give it to him last time, but I should have. That's going to be a I thought smoke affected. I'm going to go look that up real quick. I know I'm looking a lot of shit up. Sorry about that. But I see things that I question. When I see things I question it. I always I don't see the white circle on the smoke. So that means it only affects TQ and that, but I'm pretty sure it affects the page 43. Pretty sure it affects the -4. LOS traced in and out. Yeah. Should be interchangeable. I'm just don't worry about me. This is me just being stupid sometimes. 4 -2 is a 2. -4 is a -2. Evading in trees. -2 more, I believe. Yes, -4. So he needs a 0 and a 2. Misses. Grenade. Impulse 2. He can move his grenade target 1. Well, his target moved down there, so he will do that. It's still within 3. I would go with the guy he's aiming for, following him. So that's what I'm going to do. Sneaking 5. He can sneak. 5 is straight up the road. He's trying to get into the action because he is a veteran. All right. Panzer. And driver first. Not driver. Commander first. Directing fire. He has lost his target. He's got to get another target. They can see him. The gunner has a target there. And he's in the daylight, so I'm going to move the commander's target to the Air 4-5. I think he can switch that over 8. No, he's not going to be able to. He's not going to have it. He doesn't get his bearings fast enough to see him. So the commander's not going to be able to do anything to get his target out there. Driver, he can actually turn the tank. I think he would, because the only target they have right now is him, and they'd want to face it. So we're going to rotate that one more. Which is going to screw up the gunner. Who goes next? He's going to have to put his main gun back on target, which is going to bring up the loader loading and the co-driver machine gun aim fire, but he doesn't have a target, so he's going to have to put his target out. 4, 2, he does. All right, now that's it for the tank. Able. Nothing, 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 nothing. He's evading to here. I think I'm going to go ahead and duck him back right there. Aimed fire. The only guy we can see right now is this guy sneaking. Now the commander is still, he is a fool. He did not get that button up yet. I think I looked on the right one. That was the last card discarded. 71. Let me double check that. Make sure I didn't do something wrong there. He is, commander is target and open 71. Direct fire. Yeah, he did not button up yet. That's worth it. I got to take that shot. 8. Range of 4. M3. Got to take that shot. 0. So we're still on 8. Nothing for the weather because he's in the light. We have a commander in the cupola directing fire. -2. We go down to 6. 3 shots for 6. We got a 1. Ha ha! 9. But we got a reroll. Thank you for the event. And another 9. So we run out of ammo. Not run out, but low on ammo. Very nice. That, my friends, is why Clifton put those symbols in there. And a 6. So we got 2 hits on the commander. There are going to be 2 cards drawn. First card is a close call morale check. 4, 5, 3. He passes. Second one is a bad wound. He cannot pass that one. That will teach you not to button up, you fool. And he goes, that's a 4, goes down to a 5, goes down to a 2, fails his morale check and goes down 2. And I do believe, because he's hurt, that we have to make a morale check. I'm going to pause this time while I double check it. But I think the crew has to make a morale check when the commander gets hurt, but I'm not positive. No, it only says that they die, and he did not die, so that's going to do that. He also goes to a duck back, which will turn to a panic. No, not a panic. He will get a hide on that one, because he is open. Good shot. That also takes us down 2 more on our confidence tracker. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. And that also, no, he didn't have a target out. These guys are going to move right to there. Don't really have a plan for them yet. I got 1 shot left. I want to get them into a decent position, kind of find out what this tank's doing, and then set up, load up, and then sneak into position. That's what I normally do, but these guys are coming fast, so I don't want to keep around there. Blue. Running gun 4-3. He actually has a target. It is not a good target. Yeah, he can actually target him. That's a better target. That one's blocked by the tree. He's got to go for the guy ducking back in the trees. -3, -4, -2. It's 2. -3 is a -1. Ducking back in the trees is a -2. So we got a minus. -2, -3 is -5, -6, -7 from 4. So we need a 0 and a 2. 7 misses. All that for that. Blue, right? Yes. Down here, we got a sprint 6. Long grass is not rough. He continues to run. Does he have an LOS to them? No, he does not. Yes, he does. He can attempt to duck back into that cover. 6. 9. He does not. I do like them dice, Cliff. Took me a little while to get used to looking here instead of up here, but I like it better being able to see it right on my screen. Red. Sneaking. They can sneak this time too. 3. He's going to go join the NCO. Sneaking 1. He's coming down this way. Sneaking 5. He is going up into here. That's it for red. Look what we did to their nice little organized column. Isn't that special? That's it for impulse number 2. We go to impulse number 3. White. Sneaking, can't do anything. Evading. We're going direction 3, which is up. Aimed fire. He no longer has a target. I think this is blocking him now. Yeah, I'm not going to let him see through that. And this guy can't see anybody either. Charlie. I'll evade him down to there. I think we'll go and evade him right down to there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and duck him back and maybe look for trouble from this guy. Maybe we can capture him or take him out next turn. He evades to there. He evades to there, which means they can no longer see him, so we lose that. Oh, that's Baker. Well, Baker's next anyway, so I'll go ahead and keep it because we're now on Baker. He goes to hide. He moves. Go to yellow. Rapid fire. He can actually see him ducking back in the trees is a -2. -3 for the weather is a -5. Rapid fire gets down to a -7. He is a 4, so he needs a 0 and a 3. A 1 misses. Close. Never know in this game. This guy, his target marker was there. He's got to throw the grenade. Going to go into that empty hex right there. And this guy is sneaking, can't do anything. The Panzer. Panzer is headless right now. Commander. He is going to hide. Means he can't put out a spotting, so nobody sees anything based on his LOS right now. Driver. Driver can spot. He can see this guy's already spotted, so we go to the gunner. The gunner does not have a target. He can see along this radius. He's blocked. 50-50 chance of being able to see him. Odds he can, evens he can't. Evens he can't. For those 50-50s, I give him a 50-50 chance that he's in the arc or out of the arc. If we were to specify that it went like this, then maybe I'd count it. But all the rules show is a straight line, so I do my rules on that one. So the gunner does not have a target, which means he can't turn, and the driver's not going to be doing anything neither because now their commander's down. The co-driver does not have a target. He used to be able to see him, but he cannot any longer. And again, if he could not be seen by the gunner, he cannot be seen by the driver. So that's a wasted turn for the tank. And he wouldn't be able to fire anyway because of the Impulse 3. Able. Impulse 3. Ducking back goes to a hide. Aim fire can't do anything. Evading. Put them right there. I think I'm going to wind them up right there, and then maybe we'll load that tank, the anti-tank, the bazooka up, and maybe sneak into either here or there. See what this does. Blue. Run and gun. 3. There. Sprinting to here. I don't know what he saw, but he saw something he's pretty damn sure of over here. Red. They're not doing anything sneaking. They're not doing anything sneaking. Red's done. Impulse 4. A lot quicker when things are figured out. We're not doing a lot of spotting and looking rules up. White on impulse number 4. He will be sneaking 3 up to here. He will be evading 2 down to here. Aimed fire. He has no target. Aimed fire is no target. I think I checked them on impulse 3 and I needn't have. Charlie evading right to there. Aimed fire. We got 2 guys sneaking right here. I'm going to go for the guy that is not yet hurt. The range is 6. The 0. We got a 4. -1 is a 3. Oh, a smiley face. We love them. We go up to aggressive. We get a hit. Now we just need a really good card draw. A light wound. Well, better than nothing. He will go to a duck back. He will get a light wound. He will roll him around, wound him around check with a 4. 5 fails, goes down 2 to a shaken. That's what I like. We have got them all screwed up right now. His duck back goes to a hide. He evades right down to there. That's it for Charlie. We go to Baker. He is hiding. He is evading. I'm going to evade him right to there. That's going to be the end of that. We'll figure out where we want to put him now. He's out of harm's way. We have a rapid fire. He can actually still see this guy. That's a 4 -2 is a 2. -4 is a -6. -7, -8, -9. Hiding in trees says he can't take the shot. Can, however, take a shot up here. I don't think. No, it's going to still be a -4. That's going to be too much with him being in the smoke. No shot. Grenade. He can actually move into cover. There is cover right there, so I'll move him into the cover. The grenade stays there. Sneaking 5 will go to there. Yep. And that's it for yellow. Panzer 4. The guys are indecisive. The commander is hiding. The driver can't go anywhere, nor can he see anybody at this moment in time. He is still outside that. He did not move. He will not be eligible to be seen. Gunner can't do anything. Loader can't do anything. Driver can't do anything. Co-driver, because they just don't know what's going on. They're kind of, which makes sense. They'd have their eyes blinded and everything by the star shell, and he's outside the star shell, so I'm all right with that. Able, hiding, aimed fire. I will go for the guys this time because he is now inside of the. Oh, I also got a good chance at him. 8. I'm going to do that. That's a +1 is a 9. -3 is a 6. Sprinting in the open, I think, is another -1. Goes down to a 5. 3 shots for 5. Let's try and take him out. 3, 2, 4. 3 shots. 3 hits. First hit, light wound. Second hit, bad wound. Third hit, bad wound. He is gone. That's 7. He is a 6. Don't have to roll for morale or anything. Just remove that. KIA him. Give him a kill. Lethal when you give a sub. When I didn't give it to him. When you roll a weapon skill, a lot of weapon skills for a submachine gunner, he is lethal. Now, if I could just get him deadly, he'd be untouchable. When tough, that'd be really cool. All right, so we go down 2 more up here now, which is going to break contact, which is exactly what I wanted. They, from now on, unless we roll reinforcements, they're going to be moving away. They've had enough. They will all move in the route directions of the card drawn. That is exactly what I wanted. Starts next turn. Running gun 4-3. He does not have a good target, so I will make him run. I'm going to have him run to right there. That is it. Man, did we thin them out in a hurry or what? That's what I love about ambushes. Sneaking 2. He's going right to here. Taking his bad morale and his wound with him. Duck back goes to a hide. Sneaking 1, 2. Goes to there. That is it for red. That is it for impulse number 4. That is it for turn number 4. We will clear up. Go to turn number 5. Get rid of this. We got 1 grenade to throw. This guy's adjacent to it. I may have missed that earlier. I think I forgot to roll for adjacents. Morale check's adjacent too. Is it adjacent? Pretty sure it is adjacent. Yes, how much I forget. 14-2. And I just looked this up earlier too. Pretty sure it's adjacent too. In or adjacent to the grenade. Yes, morale check. See? He's got to make a morale check. 5-6. He fails. Not only did he fail, but he fails badly. Goes down to cautious. And he will wear a hide marker next time. That sucked. He was kicking ass too. That really sucked. All right. That was the only grenades. Now we got to do the smoke. That goes to fading. 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 I think I got two of them in here. Yes, I do. Fading. Oh, just didn't get the one. Eight or nine for that to blink out. One does not, so it goes direction of the wind, which is direction three. And that is it for that turn. We don't have anything else going on. That really sucked. He did good, and then all of a sudden we blew it. All right, remove all orders. That is the end of turn number 5. Thanks everybody for joining me. We will see you again next time. You all have a great day or a great night.